Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about chemical digestion in small intestine. So let's begin with that. We know that the food gets a little bit digested in stomach, okay, and from stomach, the food comes to the next part of alimentary canal, which is called small intestine. Now, if you look at the figure here, this dark color line, okay, this dark color thin tube-like structure is small intestine. And this small intestine is generally 5 meters long. Okay, it is 5 meters long and it is present between two organs, that is stomach and the large intestine. Another name for large intestine is colon. Okay, so small intestine is 5 meter long and it is present between stomach and the colon. Okay, or large intestine. Okay, and two very important points which you should remember about small intestine is these 2 points are actually, these 2 points are actually asked in 1 mark question in IGCSE paper, either in MCQ paper or sometimes in extended paper or core paper also. Okay, so the first point is small intestine is the part of alimentary canal where complete digestion of food occurs. Okay, so whatever food we consume, and in that food whatever carbohydrate, protein or fat is present, so all this carbohydrate, protein or fat present in the food which we have consumed gets completely digested in the small intestine. Okay, this is 1 mark question, like in which part of alimentary canal or in which part of human digestive system the complete digestion of food occurs. Okay, and that is small intestine. Second part is, we already know that after digestion, the next step in the process of nutrition is absorption. Okay, the food has to be absorbed, isn't it? So once the food gets completely digested in small intestine, from where the digested food is absorbed, so that organ is also small intestine. Okay, so small intestine is a part of alimentary canal in which the maximum absorption of food occurs. Okay, so the second question which could be which could be asked from this topic is name the part of alimentary canal or name the part of human digestive system where maximum absorption of digested food occurs, and that is small intestine. Okay, so small intestine is 5 meter long and it is present between stomach and colon. Okay, next it's a part of alimentary canal where complete digestion of food occurs. Okay, and it's a part of alimentary canal where maximum absorption of digested food takes place. Now there are mainly 3 parts of small intestine. Okay, the first part is known as duodenum. Okay, what it is called? This one you can look here in the picture, duodenum. The second part is known as jejunum. Okay, the second part is known as jejunum, and this is actually the longest part, the middle part. Okay, and the third part is known as ileum. Okay, what it is called? Ileum. So duodenum, jejunum and ileum are the 3 parts of small intestine. As per your IGCSE syllabus, you have to focus only on duodenum and ileum. Okay, so we will now talk about duodenum and ileum. So small intestine is having 2 parts mainly. The part which is closer to the stomach is known as duodenum, and the part which is closer to the large intestine, okay, or to the colon is known as ileum. Okay, now before we further go into small intestine, let's talk about 2 very important organs associated with human digestive system. Okay, these 2 are not not directly the part of alimentary canal, but they are associated with the human digestive system. Okay, and if we'll look at this picture, you can easily identify those 2 organs. The first organ is liver. Okay, the first organ is liver, and the second organ is here, this one. The second organ is pancreas. Okay, liver and pancreas. So this liver and pancreas play a very important, they play a very major role in the process of chemical digestion in human digestive system. Okay, from stomach, the food comes to the first part of small intestine, and the first part of small intestine is duodenum. Okay, what is the first part of small intestine? It is duodenum. Okay, so from stomach, the food goes to the duodenum. Now what happens to this food in the duodenum? First, you should understand the food which is coming from stomach to the duodenum. Okay, what kind of food is that? In this food, already pepsin has digested protein. Okay, pepsin is working in this food. Okay, and the pepsin has digested protein into polypeptide chains. Second, we know that in stomach, hydrochloric acid was released. Okay. So this food which is now present in the duodenum is actually acidic in nature. Okay. Why it is acidic in nature? Because the food has come from stomach, and in stomach, the food was mixed with the hydrochloric acid. Okay. This we have already discussed, or this we have already studied in the previous video. Now, what is the function of liver and pancreas? Okay. If we look at the picture carefully, this organ is liver. Okay. Liver actually produces a yellowish green colored juice. Okay. Liver produces a yellowish green colored juice, and that juice is known as bile juice. B-I-L-E and then J-U-I-C-E. Okay. So what liver produces? Liver produces a yellowish green juice or yellow greenish color juice. Okay, the juice which is whose color is yellowish green. So liver produces a yellowish green color juice which is called bile juice. Okay, and this yellowish green color juice from liver passes through this actually common bile duct and gets stored into the gallbladder. Okay, so under liver there is a small, very small bag-like structure. Okay, and this bag-like structure is called gallbladder, and the function of gallbladder is to temporarily store bile juice. Okay, so remember, liver produces a yellowish green color juice called bile juice, and gallbladder's function is to only store that bile juice temporarily. Understood? There's no other function apart from this. Gallbladder, what it does, it stores bile juice temporarily. Okay. So when the food comes to duodenum, okay, so this bile juice from gallbladder passes through this common bile duct. Okay, this bile juice will pass through this common bile duct and will enter inside the duodenum, and it will go and mix with the food. Okay, so liver produces bile juice, and this bile juice is stored temporarily in the gallbladder. When food comes to the duodenum, this bile juice from gallbladder passes through the bile duct. Okay, this duct, the meaning of this term duct is thin tube. Okay, the meaning of word duct is thin tube. So this bile juice passes through the bile duct and goes and mixes with the food in the duodenum. Okay, similarly on the right side, just below stomach, okay, just under stomach, there is a leaf-like organ. You can see here there is a leaf-like organ present, and this organ is known as pancreas. Okay, this organ is known as pancreas. Now this pancreas also releases a juice. Okay, and this juice is known as pancreatic juice. Okay, pancreatic juice. Okay, pancreatic juice. Okay, so this pancreatic juice is produced by pancreas. Now at the end of pancreas also there is a duct which is known as pancreatic duct. Okay, there is a duct which is called pancreatic duct. Duct means thin tube. Okay, so thin tube which arises from the pancreas is known as pancreatic duct, and this pancreatic duct carries pancreatic juice from pancreas to the duodenum. Okay, now this juice comes from pancreas and passes to duodenum through pancreatic juice and mixes with the food present in the duodenum. Now what happens to the food in the duodenum is, this bile juice is actually a yellowish green color liquid. Okay, and it is actually alkaline in nature. Okay, what is the nature? Alkaline. Alkaline means pH is above 7. Okay, now we know that the food which has come from stomach is acidic. Okay, it has HCl in it. So this alkaline bile juice mixes with the food, okay, and changes the pH of the food so that the enzymes which are released from the pancreatic juice can easily act on the food. Okay, they can easily digest the food. Okay, so what this bile juice does, first function of bile juice is it actually changes the pH of the food. As it is alkaline in nature, it changes the pH of the food and provides optimum pH for the enzymes to act on the food, to digest different nutrients present in the food. This is first function. And second very important function of bile juice is, okay, it helps in emulsification of fat. Okay, emulsification of fat. Okay, and emulsification of fat again is the example of mechanical digestion of food. Okay, now the fat which we consume in a food is actually present in very large droplet size. Okay, large globules. Okay, now such a large globules, for example, cannot be digested by such a small enzyme. Okay, these are small enzymes which I'm making now, and this is the large droplet or large globule of the fat. So what bile juice does? Bile juice breaks down these large globules or large droplets of the fat into the smaller globules. Okay, so these large droplets of fats will be broken down into smaller droplets of fat. Okay, by the bile juice. Remember, the action of bile juice do not make any chemical change in the fat. Okay, chemical change in the structure of fat. The large pieces or the large molecule of the fat are converted into, are broken down into smaller pieces or smaller molecules of the fat, and this is known as emulsification of fat. Okay, so emulsification of fat is the example of mechanical digestion of food. Understood? So bile juice has two functions. First one, it is alkaline in nature, so it actually neutralizes the hydrochloric acid. Okay, it neutralizes the hydrochloric acid present in the food and helps in the and actually provides optimum pH to the enzymes for their action on the nutrients present in the food. Okay, and second, it helps in emulsification of fat, that is breaking down large droplets of fat into smaller droplets so that surface area of the fat could be increased and enzymes can easily act on it. Okay, the next organ was pancreas. This pancreas actually produces pancreatic juice. Now this juice is also actually having two functions. First one, this juice contains sodium hydrogen carbonate. Okay, sodium hydrogen carbonate, and it can also be called sodium bicarbonate. Okay, and this sodium bicarbonate actually partially neutralizes the acid in the food. So partial neutralization is done by pancreatic juice, and partial neutralization of food in duodenum is done by bile juice. Okay, this is one function. And second, pancreas also contains three types of enzyme. First one is amylase. Okay, so what this amylase does, as it the same thing which is done by salivary amylase, it breaks down starch into maltose. Remember, starch is polysaccharide and maltose is disaccharide. Okay, then it has second type of enzyme called trypsin. Trypsin will break down protein into polypeptides chain. Okay, trypsin is a kind of protease. Amylase is a kind of carbohydrate. Okay, so trypsin breaks down protein molecule, complex protein molecule into polypeptide chain. Okay, and lipase will break down fat into fatty acids and glycerol. So remember here, amylase and trypsin has not digested the food completely. Okay, starch is broken down by amylase into maltose. Okay, maltose is a disaccharide. Still digestion is required, and trypsin breaks down protein into polypeptide chain. Okay, and these polypeptide chains are the group of amino acids. So still digestion of polypeptide chain is required to break it down completely into single amino acids. Okay, now what happens is this complete digestion of food occurs in small intestine. Okay, and this small intestine actually, what it does, this small intestine actually produces different enzymes. Okay, now remember, small intestine do not produce any juice. Now remember, the wall of small intestine do not produce any juice. Okay, the cells present in the wall of small intestine or the cells present in the villi. Okay, about this villi we will learn in the next video. Okay, so the cells which are present in the wall of small intestine or the cells which are present in the outermost wall of the villi, they already have enzyme. So they directly secrete these enzymes, which helps in the complete digestion of the nutrients present in the food. Okay, and for carbohydrates, the enzymes secreted are maltase. Okay, so this maltase helps in digestion of maltose into glucose. So remember, maltose is a disaccharide made up of two glucose units. So this maltose is broken down or is digested by maltase into glucose plus glucose. Okay, sucrase is digested Sucrase is the enzyme which helps in digestion of sucrose. For example, when we eat sugar, okay, when we drink tea or when we eat any sweet item, the normal white sugar which we use in our home is actually sucrose. Or when we drink sugarcane juice, that also has sucrose. Okay, so the sucrose is digested by enzyme sucrase into glucose and fructose. Okay, so this question could be asked in exam. Okay, remember, maltose is glucose plus glucose and sucrose is glucose plus fructose. Maltose is digested by maltase, sucrose is digested by sucrase. Okay, and there's another sugar which is present in the milk which we drink, and that sugar is known as lactose. Okay, so lactose is digested by the enzyme called lactase, and lactase digests lactose into glucose plus galactose. Okay, so these are actually the subunits or the monosaccharides of these disaccharides. Okay, so maltase, sucrase and lactase are the three carbohydrates. For fats, lipase is again secreted, and this lipase completely digests fat into fatty acids and glycerol. And for proteins, again protease, a type of protease enzyme is released, and this protease enzyme will further digest polypeptide chains into amino acids. So remember, complete digestion of food occurs in small intestine, and the walls of small intestine, the cells which are present in the wall of small intestine or in the outermost layer of bile, actually secretes the enzyme. Small intestine do not release any juice. Okay, the cells of the small intestine directly produces these enzymes and releases them into the small intestine, and these enzymes hence completely digest the nutrients present in the food. Okay, so only this much in this video. In next video we will just revise this entire process of chemical digestion in human body. Take care till then. Bye bye.